Hey guys, had a very big realization today, and I realized that firstly, two lessons today. The first one was just jump in on any opportunities you see, because the longer you put it off, the worse it's gonna get. By worse, I mean the harder it is for you to talk to that girl or even getting that job. It's just like opportunity comes in the moment, and don't rely on the next moment to make it any easier, because it actually won't. And looking back to all my reference experiences, I realized that there was not anyone, there was no experience where where I put off what I wanted to do. Like, let's say if I saw this girl I wanted to talk to, if I had put off, if I had stopped and look around and wait for the right moment, then it's never gonna happen. There is never any right moment. And today, this was an important lesson, and even though I missed the initial opportunity, I still did it anyway, even though it kind of got harder. But if I had jumped in right from the beginning, I would probably had more time talking to this girl, and easier talking to her without the social pressure of people around. And that's also another breakthrough I had today, was that no one gives a fuck. Um, yeah, that was it. No one really gives a fuck. It's just, you're just chatting. You're not doing anything that's illegal or outrageous. You're not robbing a bank. Still be aware of your surrounding and where you are. But talking to a girl is not the end of the world. Even if you get rejected, maybe, yeah. And don't identify the girl's reaction to your ego. Just don't identify with the girl's reaction, and don't identify with the girls who you're going out with, because they don't define who you are or your worthiness as a man. And I think that's a very big thing that's going around, not just in guys, in girls as well. That's right, in girls. How do I know this? Because I remember a couple days ago, actually last week, Saturday, I was over at my friend's place. We were drinking and we were talking about, relationships, guys, girls. And the girls, when I asked my friend, so, if a guy is really short, would you still go out with him? And she said no. Probably no. And I asked her why. And she said, well, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna look weird. Okay, this is like the same as guys saying, would you go out with a fat chick? Or would you go out with just an average cute chick? Or they'll be like, I don't know. It will look weird. Like, it's not even getting to know the other person. It's just that it's all about their self-image. And when I pointed that out to her, I think she was like, oh shit, that is so true. It's all about your self-image. People go out with people say they have certain types in their head, but in reality, it's much more complicated than that. I mean, just because you're short it doesn't really mean shit, to be honest. It only means shit if you think it's a big deal. If you think it's not a big deal, like it doesn't mean shit. Now on the other side of this, don't identify the girl's reaction. This also applies when you're getting good reactions from girls as well. Don't identify yourself with the girl's good reaction, because what that does is it pumps your ego up. And when you get rejected, quote unquote rejected, you're gonna get an ego crash. Or when that girl doesn't reply your text, or when that girl flakes, your ego is gonna get crushed. So that's both sides of the coin. Don't identify with the girl's bad reaction, but also don't identify with the girl's good reaction. It's just what it is. There's no meaning behind the girl's good reaction, and there's no meaning behind the girl's bad reaction. Of course, have some common sense as well. If you did something stupid, like you were being too aggressive and the girl blow you out, then of course be more calibrated next time. But what I'm saying is just generally, if a girl is giving you a good reaction, don't identify yourself with it. Don't pump your ego up unconsciously. And that's also what fucks most guys up. Like, they can't handle a good reaction because their ego is getting pumped up, and now they don't want to lose that image of being a cool guy. So that's the big realization I had today. And I'm just gonna meditate later, just kind of like calm myself down from a busy day of work. Had a really good day at work today. I feel like I did the right thing at work by telling my patient that they don't really need to do the crowns, even though I could have told them that, you know, they might need the crowns in order to protect their tooth, but I feel like it's not necessary. And I also went with my intuition as well. My intuition was telling me that, you know, do the right thing, or do the thing that feels good to you, that you can have a clear conscience. Because I could have said, you know, you need 2 crowns, and not because you really need it, but because I kind of want to practice and want to get more experience at doing this. But I feel like that wasn't really the right way to go about it, and I feel like more opportunities are going to come up in the future anyway. So this patient ended up not really needing a lot of work, and on one side, she's also very skeptical about being treated by a student. So, you know, it's a win-win. I feel like that's why I did it. It's because it's a win-win, and there was no harm done to both sides, and that's something I'm quite proud about today. And after work today, we had a seminar about business in dentistry. It was kind of common sense, but kind of opened up your eyes a bit, but didn't really learn that much in terms of actual practical advice. I mean, in the end, he did tell you to have integrity, be yourself, blah, 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 you know. But I feel like he didn't really go very in-depth into Lee's ideas, like the seduction community, like the pickup community do when they talk about be yourself and all that. So that was that. And also, I realized I need to get rid of. Also realized I still have that judgment of this girl is hot or will look good with me. Just that pedestal I'm putting up. It's like I'm assuming they're up there and I'm down here. And whenever I'm in an interaction with the girls I really want to get with, it's hard to stick with the giving value vibe. It's just kind of hard. But I think it's a muscle you have to train. And you will be able to do it soon enough once you get out of your own way. Like Julian says, and I realized that, you know, I feel like I'm very close to it, but not quite there yet. But maybe that's also my problem as well. I think I'm not quite there yet, whereas I'm actually already there, but I'm just not. I'm just in my own way. By my thoughts, which is like blocking me from doing what I want and all that. And yeah, don't identify yourself with the girls you go out with. This reminds me of another thing Tyler was talking about. Don't identify yourself with the stakes. Like sleeping with hot girls is like eating a good steak. Don't identify yourself with eating good steaks. Just because you're eating okay steak doesn't make you any less of a man or of a person. Doesn't make you lower value just because you're eating an average steak. Now, I'm not objectifying women, but that's just an analogy that I'm using for you to understand this better. And also realize talking in front of camera is something that needs a lot of training, because it's so hard to stay calm and concentrate on what you're saying. And it's even harder when you're filming outside. I know, because I've tried it. Because you get distracted by all the things happening around you. So I don't know how Tyler does it. It must take like thousands of hours of filming to get good at speaking in front of camera. And today I feel like I can carry this kind of emotion and authority vibe in front of a girl. Now moving on to today's rambling session. I'm just gonna ramble about anything. Weather, clear sky. Weather. Dick Smith. I heard Dick Smith. Now, for those of you who don't know what Dick Smith is, it's a electronic store that sells amazing stuff. I don't know if it's amazing, because I think they're getting closed down here in my country. Yeah, they're going bankrupt, and I don't know if they're going bankrupt, but most of their stores are closing down, and they're trying to clear out all their stuff. But yeah, Dick Smith. Now, when I first saw the store, Dick Smith, I had an image in my mind that I thought they were selling dildos. I mean, that's actually what I was thinking. I didn't know it was an electronic store until my friend told me, let's go to Dick Smith. I was like, okay, why would we go there? He's like, I want to buy a computer. It's like, so that's what the store is selling. Like, I never figured that they're selling computers, cell phones, and all those stuff. But who would name their store Dick Smith? I don't know. Peach and Cream. That's another store. It's a store selling sex toys and all that interesting stuff. Now, this reminds me of a girl I used to work with in a supermarket. Now, at work, when I see her at work, I don't really find her attractive, because she's wearing her work clothes, and she dyed her hair like purplish and greenish, kind of like rock and roll, kind of like the rebel rebel-ish kind of girl. Nothing wrong with that, no judgment, but it's just not my type, personality-wise. But when I see her, I remember when I saw her at the mall one time, she looks fucking hot. Like, she's 16, but her boobs like a decent size, and she was in good shape. Like all 16-year-olds, or 18-year-olds, they're naturally in a good shape. And what I found is that when girls just got out of high school in their first year of university, they usually look very good. They usually look like they're in good shape. They don't even need to work out that much, and they'll be in that perfect shape. But as you see more third years, second years, you start to see more girls who are more chubby, who are a little bigger, and it makes you realize what the fuck happened. But you just have to know that if you don't take care of your body, doesn't matter if you were a hot girl or a hot guy, if you don't take care of your body, you're gonna lose it very fast. In even a few months, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose that body you have. And I think your health is one of the most valuable asset you could ever have. And I know this because I got quite sick after my first year of university, which I grounded very hard, which I studied very hard, and I paid the price for it with my health. And I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I had listened to my dad's advice and exercise a bit more, be more fit, so I could sustain my growth in the long term, and not just for that short term boost, which when you look back, they don't really boost you that much at all. It's a lazy man's strategy to boost himself up in the short run. And because when you think about long term, you need to create good habits. And when you're creating good habits, it takes disciplines to create good habits. So there's that. McDonald's. I mean, you can tell why people get fat all the time. Fucking McDonald's. I know a guy who works at McDonald's, and he told me not to get the soggy fries. And the only reason McDonald's have those soggy fries is because, well, it's been dropped on the floor and they're refrying it. That's why it's soggy. And they actually have a bin for soggy fries. How crazy is that? Now, I've worked in a supermarket before, and I know that there are certain fruits you don't pick, and if something's very cheap, you have to be very, very skeptical about it, especially if you're going to a small supermarket that's not a big chain store, because usually those supermarkets will do anything for profits. And I mean anything. It's because they're running low on profits, and it's just business. And when the business is not managed well, they will usually start to do things that kind of lower consciousness in order to make profits. And I'm kind of big on the consciousness thing. And if I think a business is very high consciousness, then I think I will be more inclined to buy their products, because it's kind of aligned with good energy, the type of energy that's giving love and giving out to the world. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you next time.